Very good morning. Good morning, friends. So today I'll explain about different toolbars used in SolidEdge, and also I'll explain how to do sheet setup in SolidEdge software. So let us see. So I'll go to the software. So SolidEdge V20 software. So you can move the cursor on SolidEdge V20 and double click. Move the cursor on SolidEdge V20 and then double click. Now the software gets opened. So now here you have on create toolbars. You have a create option. You will find different toolbars. So say solid part, sheet metal part, weldment, assembly, and drawing. So for CAED, we are using drawing. So this is the tool we are using in SolidEdge. So now I will click on drawing. So now this is a screen you will get. So now the first thing is, say once if you open the SolidEdge, you'll find a sheet like this. So we need to set the sheet. That's the first thing we need to do in SolidEdge. So now you will find sheet number 1. So I will move the cursor on sheet number 1, then right click. You'll get different options like this. One is insert, delete, reorder, rename, and sheet setup. If you want to insert new sheet, just click on insert, you get one more sheet, sheet number 2. Similarly, if you want to insert another sheet, just right click and insert. You'll get the sheet like this. And now this is about insert sheet and delete sheet. Suppose I want to delete sheet number 3, just move the cursor on sheet number 3, right click, and you have a delete option. Just click on delete, and you will get a pop-up message like this. So if you want to selected sheets will be permanently deleted, continue. Yes, I want to delete this sheet. Similarly, if you want to delete sheet number 2, just I'll move the cursor on sheet number 2 and right click. Then I'll go to delete option. Just I'll delete. You get a pop-up message with respect to sheet deletion. Just click on OK. The sheet gets deleted. So this is the option we are using to delete the sheet. Now the important thing is sheet setup. So how to select different sheet size. So now I'll move the cursor on sheet, right click, sheet setup. So now I'll go to background. So I already is in background. Now here you select the sheet. You have different sheets, A1, A2, A3, A4. Always for 2D drawing in SolidEdge software, we are using A4 size sheet. So now I'll select A4 size sheet. Just remove the tick option, show background option. I'll remove, uncheck the background, show background option, and I'll go to save as default, then OK. If you save default, if you open n number of sheets, you will get the A4 size sheet. So that's why I will save default, then I'll click on OK. So now this is the A4 size sheet. So we need to fit the sheet in the screen. So there is one option called fit. Just look here. There is one option called fit. So just I will click on fit. Now this is a A4 size sheet. So what are the drawing you are doing in SolidEdge software? So that drawing should be within this sheet. Okay. So now suppose example, I want to insert one more sheet. So how to insert one more sheet? Just move the cursor on sheet number 1. Just right click and you have insert sheet. Just click on insert. So you get another A4 size sheet. Similarly, if you want to insert one more sheet, move the cursor on sheet number 2 and right click, go to insert, you'll get one more sheet. So that is sheet number 3. So now how to rename these sheets? How to rename these sheets? Say for example, I want to rename sheet number 1. Just I'll move the cursor on sheet number 1, right click, you have an option called rename. So what is the name you want to give? So you want to mention as SVCE, like SVCE, say sheet number 1/1, SVCE1. So that is my sheet number 1. Similarly, if you want to rename for sheet number 2, just move the cursor on sheet number 2, right click and go to rename. So here I'll put SVCE/2. That is my name for the second sheet. So like that, we can rename one more sheet. Similarly, for sheet number 3, just move the cursor on sheet number 3, right click, and just go to rename and put SVCE 3. So that is a sheet number 3. So like that, we can rename the different sheets. So this is the first step you need to do in SolidEdge. Before constructing the 2D drawing in SolidEdge software, so we need to do sheet setup. So how to do sheet setup? Again, I am repeating. Just move the cursor on any one of these sheets. Say sheet number 3, SVCE 3. Right click, sheet setup. Here go to background option. Don't bother about the size, name, and background. Always go to background. Select always we need to use A4 size sheet. Don't use A1, A2, A3. Always use A4 size sheet. Remove this show background option and save as default. Then click on OK. So this is the way you need to do sheet setup in SolidEdge software. Okay. So after completion of sheet setup, so now I'll explain different toolbars, so drawing toolbar. Say assume this is my, I'll take the first toolbar. This is my first toolbar. So we have it's a drawing toolbar. So we have different options. So how do you construct a line? How do you construct a point? Similarly, curve. How do you construct the curve? And some how do you construct a tangent or arc by 3 points, arc by center point? Similarly, how do you construct circle? So these are the drawing instruments. Okay, drawing toolbars. So now I'll explain how to construct. I am explaining only important toolbars. Don't bother about the remaining toolbars. Just concentrate only on important toolbars. So now, how do you construct a line? So now I'll go to you can pick any one sheet. Say I want to construct some drawing on sheet number 1, say SVCE 1. So just activate sheet number. So now I'll go to line. Say I want to construct a line. Just you click on the line. Once you click on the line, first select the line, then click on the sheet, anywhere on the sheet. Now it's asking length and angle. So I want to construct a length of 100 mm, and just type length is 100, and angle, say assume I want to construct a line at an angle of 0 degree, and press enter. You get a line. Similarly, I want to construct one more line at an angle of 90 degree. So I want to construct one more line at an angle of 90 degrees. Say length is, say I'll put 100. Then press enter, hit enter button. Then angle I put 90 degree. Then again once again hit the enter button. So you'll get a line of 100 mm and at an angle of 90 degree. Okay. Now how do you come out from this line? Just right click. Will come out from this line. Then select. This is a refresh button. So before selecting any tools, so we need to use this button. So this is a refresh button. So I constructed a line. Okay. Similarly, how do you construct a point? So I know how to construct a line. Fine. So now we'll see how do you construct a point. So you have an option called point. Just before selecting any tools, always use this refresh button. Just refreshing or select. Then I'll go to line. I'll go to point. Now where we need to place a point. Say I want to place a point somewhere here. See, you have a point. I want to construct one more point somewhere here. Say I constructed a point. Similarly, I want to construct one more point somewhere here. So like that we can construct the points. Okay. This is about the point construction. So after that, curve. Anyhow, we are not using curve. We will see later. And here tangent, arc by 3 points, arc by center point. So always we are using this one, arc by center point. Anyhow, if you can use arc by tangent arc or arc by 3 points. So almost 99% we are using arc by center points. So means if you know the center, so we can easily construct the arc. Just click on arc by center, arc by center. So now now we need to choose the center. Say this is my center somewhere here. This is my center, and we need to select the radius. Say it is asking radius, right? So radius, I'll pick. Say assume radius is 70 mm. Don't bother about the sweep. Just you click and move the cursor like this. So this is arc by center. This is arc by center. This is arc by center. Okay. So now, how do you construct a circle? So now we have circles. There are different options are available. A circle by center point, circle by 3 points, tangent circle, ellipse by center point, ellipse by 3 points. Anyhow, for engineering drawing, we are using circle by center point. So how do you construct a circle? By using a center point. So just you, before I told, before selecting any tools, we need to do refreshing, or you need to go for select. Then I'll go to circle by center point. Say this is my this is the circle I am constructing by using a center point. Now it's asking is center, which is a center point for the circle. Say assume I'll keep this my center, and now see here, remove the cursor. You can zoom or we can zoom out. It's asking diameter or radius. You can enter any one. Say I will enter diameter is, say assume some 50 mm. Just press OK and right click. So I constructed a circle of radius 25 mm or diameter is 50 mm. This is a circle. Okay. We are using this one. We are not using these options. Anyhow, we can try for these tools. Now, how do you construct a rectangle? See here, this is my rectangle. This we have a rectangle. Before selecting any tools, so go to select and go to rectangle. See here, just click one point and click the second point for the rectangle and drag like this. You get a rectangle. I'll repeat. How to construct a rectangle? Just go here. Go here and go to select rectangle. Click the first point, click the second point and drag like this. You get a rectangle. Okay. Now, fillet. How do you construct a fillet, or how do you construct a chamfer? Anyhow, chamfer and fillet we are not using in engineering drawing. If you want, you will see in upcoming classes. I'll explain fillet and chamfer while solving the problem. Next, very important tool is trim. Trim means I want to erase. Trim nothing but erase the constructed elements, whether it may be a line or it may be a circle or it may be a point. So in trim, there will be so many options are available. Say trim. Say in general, how do you construct a trim? So in a trim, I'll go to trim option. Go to trim option. So I want to erase this arc. I want to erase or I want to delete this arc. There are two options. One is to select this arc just before selecting any drawing or any tools. Go to refresh. Just select this one and press delete button from the keyboard. The elements gets deleted. Or one more option is there. I will explain one more option. One more option by using trim. See, go to trim. Go to trim. Select the elements to trim. So asking, select the elements to trim. I want to trim this element. Just select. The elements gets trimmed. Similarly, I want to trim this circle. So go to trim, and select the element to trim. I want to trim this circle. Just select this circle. The elements gets trimmed. So like that, you can erase or you can delete by using the trim option. Next, we have one more option called trim corner. So for example, assume I'll construct two lines. I'll construct one line like this, and I'll construct one more line like this. Let us see another line like this. So now, how to use this trim corner? Just look at this diagram. I want to trim this one, this one. I go to trim corner. I want to erase this small element. See here. Like that we can trim the elements. So this on anyhow we are using only trim option, and extend to next. Extend to next. Say for example, let us consider the line like this. I want to extend this line till this point. I want to extend this line up to this point. So how to extend? By using extend to next. So we have an option called extend to next. I want to extend this element till this point. Extend to next. I'll extend this line till this point. See here, I'm extending this line till this point. So that is the, so like that we can use extend to next. Okay. So these are the most commonly used drawing toolbars in engineering graphics or computer aided engineering drawing. Okay. So you can suppose if I want to trim all the elements. I want to trim all constructed constructed elements in a A4 size sheet. So how to do this one? Just select all elements, press Ctrl A, and hit delete button from your keyboard. The elements get trimmed. Okay. So now these are the most commonly used elements, drawing entities in computer aided engineering drawing. So now let us see some more important tools. Say assume I construct some circle. I'll construct some circle, and I'll construct some rectangle. I'll construct some rectangle. So how to do dimensions? How to give the dimensions for these elements? So before explaining dimensions, let us see how to move these elements. You have so many options: move, rotate, mirror, and scale. So these elements we are using. Say I want to move this element from here to here. So how to move this one? How to move this circle? Just go to move option. Just go to move option. Select the elements, and I am moving to here to here. Suppose I want to move this rectangle. So how to move this rectangle? First construct a rectangle. Go to move option. Now it's asking click on the elements to modify or click on the elements to move. So I want to move this complete square. Select the complete square and click somewhere, and I'll keep this element somewhere here. This is one option. And second, you have one more option. I want to move these elements. I want to move this square by retaining original elements. I will retain the original elements and I will move. Just it like some copy and paste. How to do this one? See here, I'll go to move option. You have an option called copy. Just switch on this copy and select the elements to copy. I am copying this element and I'll place it somewhere here. So you can find the difference between this one and previous one. Whereas in previous case, in the previous step, I want to move this element, original element, I am moving from one place to another place in a drawing sheet. Just go to move option, copy should be off. Select the element to move. I am moving this element. So I am moving from here to here. I will not retain the original elements. That's the first option. And second option is, if you want to retain original elements while moving, just go to move option. You have an option called copy. Switch on copy. Select the element to move. I am moving this element. So I am moving from here to here. And again, I move from here to here. Then again, I move from here to here. I'll retain the original elements. So that is the copy. Switch on copy or switch off copy while moving these elements or square element. Then similarly, rotate. How to rotate these elements? See, there is a good option called rotate elements. To rotate the elements, say here, say for example, rotate. I'll go to rotate option. Copy, I'll switch off copy because I don't want to retain the original elements. It's asking click on the elements to modify or click the elements to rotate. I want to rotate the complete square or rectangle. Click the center of rotation, which is a center somewhere here. You can keep, say I will keep this my center. Click the elements to rotate. I am rotating from here. See here. I rotate like this. You can give the angle, rotational angle, how much you want. So I want to rotate at an angle of say assume this is I want to rotate at an angle of 45 degree. Just enter rotational angle is 45 degree, and okay. See here, I rotated at an angle of 45 degree. Here is copy should be off. If you switch on the copy, the original elements will retain as it is. Let us try in this case. I'll go to rotate. I'll switch on this copy. Select the elements to rotate. I'm rotating from this is my center of rotation. Rotating from here. See here. Just enter angle is 45 degree rotational angle. I want to rotate upper side. Here I retain the original. This is my original element. This is my original rectangle or square, and this is the rotated element. If you switch on copy, if you switch off copy, will not this rectangle or square not replicated in the drawing sheet. If you switch off copy, that's the one option, good option. So now mirror, how to do mirror? Say to do mirror, we need one reference line. Say assume I'll construct one reference line. Just construct one reference line. I want to mirror this complete element with respect to this line. So how to do this one? See here, go to mirror, and click on the elements to modify. I want to mirror this complete element, and which with respect to this line I am mirroring. See here, elements gets mirrored. Here, copy is on. Now, if you switch off copy, what will happen? Go to mirror. I'll switch off this copy. Select the elements to mirror. I want to mirror this element with respect to this line. See here, copy is off. It's like cut and paste. If you switch on copy, it's a copy and paste. If you switch off copy, it's like cut and paste. Remember these two very important concepts in more rotate, mirror. Scale means just you can zoom that particular time area. Say for example, I go to scale. What is mean by scale? Increase the ratio. Say go to scale. Select the elements to modify. So I want to scale this complete elements. Just enter the scale factor. So it may be 1:1 or 1:2 or 1:2 or 1:3. So scale factor, I'll put scale factor is double. I want to make the elements, the size of the elements double. Therefore scale factor is 2. And here we can make a copy should be off. See here. So where we need to place? I need to place somewhere here. I scale, I make double with respect to the lengths. So that is the scale. Anyhow, while solving the problem, we will see these toolbars, how we are using these toolbars. Okay. So next very important concept is this is about our drawing toolbars. This is about our drawing toolbars. So now so how to do dimensions? How to do dimensions? Let us see how to do dimensions. So let us see, go to this toolbar. See, this is a drawing wheels. You have dimensions called smart dimensions. See, smart dimensions mean I want to measure what is this dimensions. Okay, I want to give some dimensions for this line. How to do? Go to smart dimension. Just go to smart dimensions and click on these elements. See here, this dimension is around 45.98 will be the dimension of this one. And similarly, I want to do some dimensions for this one. 47.91 will be the dimension. See, okay. Suppose if I want to change these dimensions, just select this one and say it is a 145. I want to make it 150. Let us see. No, I'll make it 100. I'll make it 100. Here there is some dimensions log. So I'll go to 1 minute. Maintain relationship. Uh, 150. Just select these dimensions and press hit 150. Select 150, and this one also I want to make it 150. Make it 150. Select the dimensions and enter 150. Since the dimension is locked, make it unlock. Then so now it is 150. So like that we can change the dimensions. So I'll take one more sketch. I'll construct a circle. Let us take this circle, and this diameter, let us take it is 150. It is I will give the dimensions of the circle. Go to smart dimensions. So this is around 130.60. I want to make it some 100. Just press enter, 100. Right. So this is 100. Suppose if you want to make it say 110, just refresh the tools, select these dimensions. 100 is there. I want to make it some 120. Just press 120 and hit enter button. So get 120. Dimension is 120 mm. Okay. So this is about smart dimensions. And now distance between. See here we have so many options are there. Distance between, angle between. So we are using these two commands in computer-aided engineering drawing. Let us see what is distance between and what is angle between. So I'll construct one lines. Just I'll construct a line like this. I'll construct one lines like this. Now I want to measure what is the distance between this line and this line. I want to measure the distance between this from here to here. For that I use distance between. So we have distance between from here to here. What is the dimension? So its dimension is 84.59 mm. With the distance between these two lines. Okay. And similarly, I want to measure what is the distance between this point and this point. So how to do? Go to again distance between. Just select this one and this one. See, we are getting this distance between this corner apex and this apex. So that is 62.84 mm. So how to measure the angle? Say I want to measure this angle. How to measure the angle? So again we have option called angle between. Just go to angle between, select this line and select this line, you'll get the angle. So this angle is 80.94 degree. So like that we can measure the distance between and angle between. Okay. So these are the most important and commonly used toolbars in computer-aided engineering drawing. Let us construct a rectangle or a square, and I'll give some dimensions. Say dimensions is 100 by 100. Let us take this is 100, and let us take this is 100. So now you have one more option called zoom area, zoom in, zoom out, fit. Suppose say assume I zoom this particular area. I want to zoom this particular area. Always use this one, zoom area. Just select this one. See, I zoom this particular area. If you want to see this zoom, if you want to zoom, say zoom like this. Go to zoom area and select the region. Select the one particular area you need to zoom. So you want to zoom this corner. Think like this. So now, how to fit the page or how to fit the sheet? There is an option called fit. Just click on fit. It will come back to initial position. This is a fit area or fit sheet. Okay. And pan. Pan means we can move the sheet from here to here. So that is a pan. Okay. zoom area, fit, and pan. And here fit we are using, and zoom area we are using. So with this, I conclude the today's introduction part with respect to computer aided engineering drawing. And one more thing I forgot to tell, how to give the text. Suppose I want to write some text with respect to this drawing. So here we have an option called text. See here, text. Go to text. Better you can select Times New Roman, and you can give some say I'll give some 10 mm. 10 mm will be the font size. So now I'll give some text. Just we can type it. Or you can give some name, something else. Like that, we can do the text. So how do you exit from this tool? Just go to refresh. Suppose if you select any particular tool, so if you want to exit, say I constructed one arc. I constructed one arc. How do you exit from this tool? You have an option called select tool, or go to escape. Just press escape button. The tool we will exit from the tool. Just press use escape button. So with this, I conclude my today's session. So thank you so much. Those who are watching first time, please subscribe this channel, CAED SVCE channel. Thank you, and thank you so much.